Good evening and welcome to the Indie Voice Show, where artists can listen, learn, and grow with knowledge empowering success. And now, here is your host, singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, Miss Wendy Hicks.
Hey y'all,
put your hands
what's
up,
up?
put your hands up.
Oh
Hey.
man, hey, I ain't seen you in a minute.
I know you're ready to rub it in and
my
tell me why I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah.
But
I got some stuff to tell you.
I know you do. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Indie Voice. We are so happy to be here and so happy that you guys could join us. We are here each and every Saturday, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Ready to inform you on, the latest and greatest, what some of our artists are doing. They're sharing their experiences from all aspects of the music process with, as far as the songwriting and the performances. And we have hair artists here.
We're trying to cover it all.
We're trying to cover it all, all aspects.
We got a lot to say today. We got a nice lineup today.
We do.
Yeah. Talent.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited too. So we have Melanie Williams here, and Melanie is a hair artist, and we also have the fabulous recording artist, Miss Ronette Harrison.
International.
Thank you. I stand to be corrected. Yes. Ronette has been here before, and I'm so excited to hear what's been going on with her musical career since the last time that we had a chance to at least interview on the show. I've been watching you on Facebook, but we're going to get updated and see what's been going on with her. Melanie is going to demonstrate and share some quick tips or hairstyles for artists that are either preparing for the stage or need a style for that CD cover. You want to get photo ready and
because I gotta get photo ready.
yes.
I need,
And one of the things that I'm interested in learning about is how do you know what hairstyle best complements your facial shape. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And of course, Ronette is going to perform for us, but that's going to be a little later in the show.
on the show.
So okay, Kevin, I know that you have been anxiously awaiting to share with us your experience on the wonderful Capital Jazz Super Cruise that I was unable to attend this year. Go ahead, come on.
We missed you, Wendy.
I miss being there. I did.
We missed you. Well, we had a great time. Man, I think it was probably the best cruise.
Of course it was.
It was the best cruise yet. And this is our spur of the moment. We're the host band on the ship, and we've done 12 years since they started, and they, we're the group that played behind some of the artists on the ship.
Right.
And we had a wonderful time. Great time with the artists. Everybody was easy. It wasn't hard work. It wasn't as hard as it normally is.
A lot of
before,
fun. No
but
stress.
No stress, and the ship was really nice. We had a good time.
What were some of the highlights for you, Kevin?
Oh my gosh, we had of course Sheila E was there.
Oh, I know that was fire.
It was fire. I was really shocked, but I'm a Babyface fan, but I didn't know he could perform like that. And he brought out his band and all male group. Background singers, dancers, everything. It was an amazing show. Yeah, and we opened up for him. He had a midnight show. We came on before that, but it was awesome. It was awesome. Sheila E., Kenny Lattimore, Johnny Gill, Ralph Tresvant. Everybody was really cool. Part of the deal is when they get on the ship, they have to mingle.
Right, and they did that a little more this time.
Everybody, even Babyface did a Q&A.
What? Okay.
Right. So it was nice. We had a great time, and I was telling my wife, if it doesn't ever happen again, if we don't get to go next year, which I hope we do, and I hope Wendy you're there next time. Okay. But if we don't get to go on the cruise next year, I could say thank God for 12 years.
Yes,
because it was a blessing. It's been a blessing. It's a long run.
It is. But I have to say though, I was able to experience from the beginning, and I've seen the progression and how well. And again, I'm sorry I missed it this year since I missed the best one so far. But kudos to you and Spur of the Moment, because that is a lot of work. To have to not only learn all the music, but you have different personalities, and some artists might be a little diva-ish.
Yeah, it's been that way. It's been a little challenging in the past.
Yes,
but this year was
kudos.
really, it was different. And we had some good ports. We went to Haiti and
none of the places I've ever, never haven't been to any of those places.
Honduras. And,
yeah, come on. All right.
Cozumel.
Yeah, just keep it up.
I mean, we just,
rub it in, rub it in.
I mean, but the weather wasn't really warm. It was kind of mild weather. It was mild. It was nice, but it was a little warm, but it wasn't like hot. You know what I mean? So it was perfect. But other than that, overall, it was a great cruise.
Sounds like it.
Capital Jazz Cruise. Forgot to mention my boys, Secret Society, were on there.
Yes.
They did their thing.
Yes.
Trouble Funk did their thing. They were on there. Oh my gosh.
It was a nice cruise.
Yeah.
Any more salt, Kevin? Any more salt that you like to rub in the wound?
Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. I mean, just I can't even think everybody was on the ship. I said everybody.
But wait, so Johnny Gill is going to be here in a
Yeah,
couple of weeks.
couple
Did you talk to him about maybe coming on the show or doing an
I
interview
did
while
not.
you were funning and sunning?
Well, believe
did you
it or not,
work? And,
it was a little hard trying to get to him because the security guard wouldn't let nobody see him.
Are you serious?
But he was cool. But it was just.
Oh, come on.
It was a little. Yeah, it was. But other than that, it was cool. It was cool. It was good.
All right.
We had a good time.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It was
but-
wonderful.
Okay.
Sounds amazing.
You want one more? It was great.
It was great.
Well, I'm glad.
It was
I'm glad
lovely.
that it was a great trip. I'm glad that it
8
made
days.
it back safely. Yeah, an extra day that they added this year.
I'm done. Let's move on. Let's move on. Enough
You
about
got
it.
any tan lines you'd like to share? No? Okay. All right.
Look at me. Do I look like I'm tan?
Look good.
All right. So you know what? I feel I need a woosah moment real quick. We're going to cut and do the Have You Heard segment, and we're going to feature Life on Top, which is Willie Bradley's latest single and latest
man,
video.
Willie.
Yes, you
Yeah.
introduced me to him.
That's right, yeah.
So we did a Skype interview. So next time he comes in town, Willie, if you're watching, make sure you come in and see us. We'd like to hear your story. And he has a remarkable story, too. Really interesting. So anyway, hopefully he will be able to come and see us. But you guys, those of you on Facebook Live, make sure you tune in on listenvisionlive.com. Check out this video, and we'll be right back to meet Melanie.
I love that.
Isn't that nice?
That was nice.
Yes.
That was a happy song.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
This
Real
made you- this
upbeat.
made you
It was a
go.
feel good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, play that again.
If we have time left in the show, we also want to, say happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Yes,
It's February.
it is.
Yes.
February 2nd.
That's right. 2 days in.
Isn't that something?
And it's around again.
It is. And so, do you want to share with our audience, what we're going to end Black History Month
We're
with?
going to end it?
What?
Okay, so yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. So we were talking about doing a percussion segment of the show. Well, one of the shows we're going to do, and I'm going to invite some of my percussion buddies out. And we're going to talk about percussion and talk about the history of percussion, and talk about a lot of the artists, and there's nothing against the artists, but a lot of the artists are using, and on the ship, we use
Back
a
to
lot
that
of
again.
tracks.
Back to the
No. But I mean, really, on the ship, we use a lot of tracks, and a lot of artists want to use tracks these days, and that's fine. And I end up playing with a lot of tracks.
Okay.
So we want to talk about that. We want to talk about, sometimes the percussion players are the ones that get cut on, because we don't. It's not enough money in the budget.
Wow.
So I mean,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
But we're going to have a little mini jam
We're
session,
gonna have
right?
a little jam session.
That's gonna be
And
hot.
We not only talk about that, we're gonna talk about the comeback too, because we're gonna come back and we're gonna start getting gigs again, and you're gonna start putting us in the budget.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure of that.
Gotta put it out there.
Yes. Okay. So now let's so that show is going to be in a couple of weeks. So that's going to
Yes.
be
Third week
third week.
of February.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's going to be
gonna take
nice.
up the whole show.
It is
Yeah.
definitely. All right, so let's talk about our very special guest, Melanie Williams.
Yeah.
Melanie, who is Melanie Williams? Hair artist. I never thought or
Hair
heard of a
artist.
hair artist.
Her
Yes.
hairstylist, but
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I
Yes,
was like,
yes,
okay,
yes.
I like that. I like that. Is that something that you created, or is that a new
Yes,
trend?
I created that for myself.
Okay.
Because I realized in the industry that hair is it's a little bit more than just styling the hair. It's really about the overall experience. And for me, I always like dramatic and more and theatrical.
Yes.
So I said, okay, you know what? There's nobody in DC right now, doing hair art. So I decided to make a name for myself.
Wow, I like
And I call
that.
myself a hair artist, and that's my focus in the industry.
You have always
Yes.
been, as long as I've known you, you've always been into art.
Love art.
Artsy kind of person.
I was born
Yeah.
into art.
I know your mom just always put that on you.
Nice.
You and the
Yes,
family,
yes, Yes.
and you guys have always been so very creative. Where does your
you.
creativity come from?
Wow. Well, it comes from my mom.
Right.
It comes from my mother. As a young child, growing up, she always stressed us to be unique and original, and I decided to just embrace that. And I realized at a very young age that I was a trendsetter. So that's where it really came from. Growing up, I always heard it. Melanie, follow your dreams. Never follow what everybody else is doing. Stand out of the crowd. So that's when I kind of got into it, and that's where it began. Just seeing her, just create magic every day. That's how it started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you've been doing hair though for 10 years, specializing in natural hair care, or
So I started doing hair when I was 12, but it's been 10 years since I've been a licensed cosmetology. For me, it's all about being able to do anyone that sat in my chair. I felt like hair is hair. So I decided to move to Miami, travel a little bit, learn different techniques, and then I decided to bring it back to DC. Yes.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have actually we're going to be doing a live demonstration, and we're going to get a chance to see you do about 2 or 3 styles.
Probably about 3 styles.
3 styles, yes, I like that. But before we break away, just to with your work with your the demo,
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about your hair care line.
Okay. Well, I'm still growing my hair care line. It started back in 2007. I realized that, I was more into the chemistry part of hair and the science of hair. And while I was in Miami, I realized that a lot of the women there were balding on the edges. And so I said, okay, what can I do to help them? So I decided to get into different essential oils and natural oils, and I created my own formula, and I started to use it while I was there, and I was able to see their hair grow. So now I'm actually revisiting that product only because I realized there's such a need, and a lot of people are wearing weaves, but they're not taking care of their hair. So I'm selling it to my clients, trying to get it out there. So you should see some things in the near future.
It's interesting you would say that because I had a flashback. My dad, back in the day, had a hair salon, and for clients that were thinning, they actually used some type of electrolysis, like this little. He had this little handheld thing, and he zaps. He would. And I wonder. I just had a memory of that, and I wonder if people still use it. Yes. Look at Kevin. Yeah, it was like a. It was like little.
It might be like the micro.
Was it make your hair grow?
It was supposed to. I was a lot younger then, so I don't really remember if it really worked, but people were actually using that back then. So I just had that memory when you said that.
Yeah, it's important. Hair care is very important, and as stylists now, like here today, they forgot about the hair care part.
It's like the last
it's
thing
all
they think
about
about.
the style now. There's so much more. Hair is more.
Yeah, as long as you look good, they don't care what the consequence is behind it.
I remember the last year you did a prom.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me a little more about the prom? It was
sure
a special
can.
prom. It wasn't your normal prom because it was. Tell me more about it. You can tell us more.
Okay, so I'm also in the middle of creating a nonprofit for young people. It's called A Beautiful Balance, and with A Beautiful Balance, we decided to do a piece of it called Prom Personality. So we sponsored 3 high school students, Dunbar and Roosevelt. And what we did is we created a whole experience for them. So my mom, she made the clothes, I did the hair, my sister came in and she did the whole scene. We provided a whole venue for them. We had a car for them. We had caters. I mean, everything from head to toe.
Nice.
And it was amazing. And we're going to be doing it again this year. That's actually what we're working on now.
Oh, I'd love to see pictures of that.
Oh, definitely. We had dancers. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Okay.
Wakanda theme. That's what we did.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Don't even start, Kevin. I know where you're getting ready to go. I know where you get ready.
We're going to Haiti.
We need to go. I need to go to Haiti though.
Wow.
Okay, so real quick before we break for your demonstration.
Yes.
What are some tips for artists or for people in general that are interested in trying to find the best hairstyle for their facial shape? So like for a round face or full face, what are some tips?
Okay, so I'm gonna start here because it kind of started with me and I had to learn my face and everything. And I realized that I have a pretty oval face and I realized that I look best hair pulled away. So to me, pulling the hair away from the face so that you can see all of the features. If you have a round face, I wouldn't go with anything big because it makes your face look bigger. I would go with something that's a little more sleeker, not too long, maybe a little below your collars. If you have a really slim face, then you can do big hair. A lot of people don't really understand how it works when you're dealing with creating a hair look for you. So that's what I would say. If you have a rounder face, you want to stay a little sleeker in a way. If you have a slimmer face, you can do bigger. And if you have oval, something up will look good. That's what I would kind of recommend for most.
My mother, she's my worst critic. Emphasis on worst. But she, when I would try to wear my hair back, she'd be like, "You need to just take it out, leave it out." And I'm like, "Okay, you want me to cover my face?"
Beautiful. Yeah, with your high cheekbones and beautiful hair.
Thank you. I like
Yes.
that. Whatever, Kevin. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break to give you a chance to go over to our artist, and then we'll invite Ronette to come up and talk a little bit, and we're going to go to commercial. No, we're going to talk a little bit more.
Stretch it out.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Plenty of time. Wow.
Okay, so what will we be doing? What will you be doing with your model today?
Well, let me start with saying this. My model, she is natural, and I created a wig for her just so that you all can kind of see what you can do, with different styles with the wig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be doing maybe a pin-up and a little side action.
Cute.
Honestly, whatever kind of comes to mind. 'Cause I like to create.
Okay, so let's talk real quick. Another quick question
Yes.
for, let's say, an artist on the go, or artist that's preparing for stage, and what are some of the necessities that they need to have in their bag?
God, that is a really good question.
And you know, and I'm gonna tell her off that question. It may be a matter of a short time or minutes before they hit the stage.
Yes. Okay.
They need
Perfect.
something quick.
Right, and that's why I brought in my model today with a wig, because wigs are quick and easy. I mean, it can take like 10 minutes. So I will always recommend to have Barbie pins, something for your edges to make sure that they're smooth. I would recommend a flat iron. I would recommend holding spray, humidity spray, and some oil. Those are like,
And humidity spray?
yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Because with natural hair, if you're in an area that's like really humid, the humidity spray will fight it.
Okay.
And definitely your comb and your brush. Those are the things I
I
recommend.
like that. That's a good tip. Okay, so now we can cut to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to invite Ronette up, and we're going to talk about what Ronette's been working on while you prepare your model.
All right.
All right, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And hello, Ronette.
Woo, I am so happy right
Welcome.
now. You don't
Yes.
understand.
Welcome back.
This is my
for having
girl.
me back. I so appreciate it.
Oh my God.
I so appreciate
Oh my
it.
God.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Oh my
But
goodness.
We've both been working.
I know, but it doesn't seem like it's been 2 years. Actually, 2 years, definitely.
It's been 2 years.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That's right. You set that up too, right?
I did. Oh man, I don't know.
Thanks, Cam.
I don't remember.
So, so we're going to talk a little bit more about what you've been doing, you know, our international recording artist. But before we get into that, let's first, what do you think about the last segment as far as the hair care tips
Listen,
and
honey,
get ready
when
for
she
stage?
started running down that list of stuff you're supposed to have in your bag, I'm looking at my purse like, I don't have none of that. I got flyaways. I got, my natural hair coming through. I look at her mom like, sis, can I borrow that whole look, please, when I perform?
Yeah.
But I think those are some very good tips, very good practical tips, too. And actually, when I started doing a lot of performing, I did get into wigs because it's so easy. You just throw that bad boy on and, and roll on about your
I know what
business.
you mean.
Shout out to Studio Chic right up the street, which is where I get mine done from. Hey, I'll tell you the anchor.
Hello. Where's that bell? Ring, bing, bing.
Right.
We don't have our-
So, yeah. Hey.
There it is, there it is.
Because it's so easy. You get it styled, and then when it's time to get on stage, you throw that bad boy on, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then after it's over, you.
That's right. Pop it right on off.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
But she's natural today. This is all me today.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look always
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
You
Always
look
put
amazing.
together.
Keep going, Kevin. You're
You
talking
do.
right. Thank
All
you.
the time.
Thank
You know that.
you. Gina trained you well.
Yes,
Thank
she
you,
did.
Gina.
She did. But it's true.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man, it's so awesome. So what have you been doing? I mean, tell me all about your. Oh, are we talking about what's on the TV right now? Are we talking about that too? That while we're going, are we saying that this is going on right now? or
Oh,
what?
okay. Well, wait a second. Let's just dash over to style number 1.
Okay.
I'm here for
Real quick, and
it.
then
I'm
we'll.
here for it.
Come on over here. Let me just come and just get a good look, a close look. All right.
This is style number 1.
Okay.
Yes. So all I did was just kind of fluffed it out a little bit, gave her a little bit of volume. What do I want to call this? I gave her a little sexy bang, a little bit, just to kind of accent what she did, to her eyes. Yeah. So this is style number 1, and she's stage ready.
I
Yes,
see.
she
And,
is.
and this here basically are the essentials.
So these are the essentials. I just have my teasing comb. I have my regular red tail comb. I have my little brush for my edges, and I have a little bit of edge control, my humidity, hold and spray, shine,
Oh my. See,
and Barbie pins. And that's it.
nice. I'm really impressed by this because I didn't know
Yes,
there was a
Barbie
humidity
oil,
spray.
yes.
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
that.
Well, go ahead and doll her on up for number 2.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're gonna come back to Miss Ronette.
Right. Let me hold on. Let me get my.
Look,
So, Ronette Harris,
Yes, sir.
what
Yes,
have
sir.
you been doing these days? I mean, I see you blowing up, and now you on the radio doing your own.
Do I get to announce that now?
yes, you
Can
can
I-
announce it.
Yeah.
We have
Oh, my goodness.
Kevin, we have a
It's
flyer.
official.
I am so excited. So in 2017, I want to say right around the end of July, I was afforded the opportunity to work at Radio 1 DC as an on-air host for Praise 104.1 FM, also for WYCB 1340 AM, and but I was part-time. So whenever the regular hosts would call out, they would call me to come in and sit in for them. Well, this week, I was so excited to get the call, asking if I could take over the Sunday Joy Show on Praise 104.1 FM.
Nice.
And of course, I said yes.
So Sunday Joy
And I
was
mean,
already
quick.
a show.
Sunday
And-
Joy
okay.
was already established. That happens every Sunday. Yes, look at
Look
that
at
flyer.
that, Yeah.
Yes. Sundays from 12. I love it.
Yeah.
Sundays from 12 to 4 p.m. on Praise 104.1. So now I'm the new host, which is why I put Sunday Joy with Ronette Harrison.
Yes.
Awesome.
I love
Really
that. And that's 4
excited.
hours.
Yes.
So will you be doing live interviews or is it mainly, the records?
So
or-
the great thing is, whatever ideas I come up with, my PD, program director, for those who don't know, my PD is like, just come in and talk to me about it, and we can figure it out. So I will be formulating the show.
Nice.
However, let me say this, that I am not in charge of the music. My PD is in charge of the music. Just needed to put that out there.
Wow. And so they
Folks are laughing because y'all understand why. They slide in that box like,
Can you
hey,
give me
sis.
play?
Hey.
play this.
I understand.
Let me go on and say it now.
Right.
All music submissions should be sent to Ron Thompson, who is the program director for Praise as well as WICB. So you can send it to rthompson@radio-1.com.
And he does take a listen to everything that comes to you, right? That's good. That's good to know. That's so
Wow.
awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
really
I'm
But
really excited.
you
So when y'all
paid
get
your
out of
dues.
church, go on and give the Lord what he's due now, okay? And then you come on out and listen. And if you're not in the car, you can always listen on your phone, praisedc.com, or use the app, Praise 104.1.
Let me ask you something. I just had a thought. In terms of submissions, because it's important, especially for artists that that are doing their thing with the music and they just release, and I'm sure whether it be gospel, R&B, whatever your genre is, what do they need to include with their submission?
So it would be best if the artist had a PR person to submit the packet to the PD for each of the radio stations. So in addition to the songs, you're also sending what is it called? Lord, of course I would draw a blank right now. EPK.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Your electronic press kit. You was trying to get. I saw you was like, sis, come on, tune in. I got you. The EPK, and any other things that the artist is doing like currently. So yeah, but listen, the market is so huge right now.
Right.
It's so many artists, especially in this area. So there's that.
Okay. Right.
But even so, getting your own music played, it's a challenge.
It is. It really, really is. People are like, oh, you're working in radio, so you play your song all the time. No, can't do that. Can't do that. But I do want to encourage the artists to don't just look for the main terrestrial radio stations. Go to those internet radio. They will support you.
Yes,
I'm a
absolutely.
living witness. They will support you.
Right.
Keep in touch with them.
Right.
And then there's also overseas. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't go overseas doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Right.
They
Right.
still listen to music too.
Streaming
Shout out to
support.
the UK who gave my single a lot of
I was
love.
gonna say the UK, they love your music.
Listen, honey, I was ready to go across that pond, okay? I'm ready to travel. All
And
right?
they're waiting on the next one, trust me.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Okay, that's a good segue into your latest single, which is Always There,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So tell us about that, the makings of that song and who you worked with.
So, shout out to my boy Kevin again
Yes.
for connecting me to Chris Big Dog Davis.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my man. That's my man.
Yes,
So,
yes.
he works with the likes of Mesa and, oh my goodness.
Ken Waters,
Works for a lot of
Everybody.
people.
Will Downing, yeah, everybody.
Yes.
Literally like everybody. And he tours and does all the traveling with Gerald Albright. And so, being able to work with him, he was able to get that jazz side of me pushed out a little bit more. So, the first project, it was, okay, this is who I am. I can sing it this way, this way, this way, this way. And he was like, all right, now we're going to kind of bring it on in and kind of figure out where your lane is. And it was a really, really good experience for me. I was like, this is my sound. This is where I am right now.
Right.
And it was just so cool. So writing the song, it went through some changes. So I initially had one version of it. And then going to the train station, shout out to Einstein Bagels.
I'm just gonna say
Einstein Bagels, and I was just chomping, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I pulled out my little journal and just started writing and pretty much rewrote the song. So for those who do not know, I deal with seasonal depression. And, in the inspiration that God gives me to get through that, that's kind of what I did with this song. So just reminding the listener that no matter what you're going through, what has happened in your life, or what is currently going on, God is always there for you. And sometimes we reach out to people, but that doesn't really do it for us. We still feel alone. We still feel like, oh, we're still struggling. But God is always there, and He will definitely see you through.
All right. Yes. So now, when you hooked up with Chris, did you tell him you said he brought out your jazz, the jazziness in your style, and kind of it was like a merging of gospel and jazz.
Right.
But did he send you some music and say, do you like this, and this, or how did that? How was that process?
So I was so nervous when I met up with him because we had kind of like an initial meeting where we just will see how it goes. So it wasn't, okay, we're gonna work together. No, he was like, no, let me sit down with you and let's talk. And so I explained my vision for the next project and what I wanted to do. And I actually had some ideas on my phone, like the voice recorder app on my phone.
Right.
And I'm going through it and I was just like, okay, like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff, okay? And so I let him hear just a little clip of an idea I had. It was literally an idea, wasn't it? It was an idea. And he caught that and turned around to his computer and just started.
Wow.
And next thing I know, the joint was laid. And I was like, he's like, okay, you ready to go in the booth? I was like, huh? I don't even have words to this yet. What are you talking about? He said, well, you better get to writing Like immediately right there on the spot. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so I got my phone and was just.
Right. Look at God. Look at God.
Yeah, he's the other musical genius because he really is very, very
Yeah, I'd
talented.
have to check him out.
Yeah.
Check him out.
Style number 2, I think.
Are we, you know?
Uh-oh. Come on with the size.
We ready?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, wait a minute. Let me go on over here and get a close.
Okay.
Oh, we fancy.
Yes. I like that.
So what I did here was I decided to go ahead and create a braid within the waves because braids are really hot right now. And what I did was I kind of opened it up like a butterfly.
That's
and kind of gave her a little edgy but sexy look here.
Hold on, you changed the hairstyle. You
love
changed the whole.
it.
That's sexy. And that was like
That's the
within
same-
5 minutes.
That's the same hair. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I just threw a little braid in there, played around with it some, teased it up, and she's ready.
Wow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it.
That. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Let me turn around. Oh, yes. Let me see.
Oh, we
Right.
We can do that on you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. You ain't saying nothing but a word.
I know that's
Yes,
right.
I love that.
I know that's right.
All right, so let's get to this.
Commercial.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Trying to read lips here, and we will be back in a few seconds.
Yeah.
And
Hey, y'all,
we're
what's up?
back.
We're back.
Woo, it's a lot going on behind us. We like, you know what? We done talked about this song and talked about it. And I think we need to just go ahead and hear "Always There."
Always there.
Yes, can
The
we
hit
do that?
single.
Yes. All right. So can we do this now?
Yes. Let's
All
go.
right. No time like
She
the
gonna do it
present.
right here. That's how special she is.
I
Yes.
love it.
And I'm gonna try not to
I love
be
it.
like.
I'm so laid back.
"Oh."
Cause listen, these Ugg boots, y'all know it's cold outside.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
Sparkly Ugg.
All right, we're ready to run it? remix.
That's the live version.
You know what? I don't know if y'all felt it on the website, but oh my goodness, I got chills. My whole body is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes. It just went through me. Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So
Wow.
yes, remember, God is always there for you, and you can go on all digital download sites and download it right now.
Right now. That's right.
Do it now.
God is there, and she wants to get paid.
Yeah.
What other sites? Tell us some. What is your
Oh,
website?
name the sites. Okay, so the song is available on iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, CD Baby. It's even on Tidal. Thank you, Jay-Z. Thank you. Let me. It's so many different sites that it's on, so you can check it out. Also, you can go to my website if you want to know more information about the song and the things that I'm doing. My website is simply www.RonnetteHarrison.com, and that's spelled RonnetteHarrison.com. So check it out.
Your next performance?
Ooh,
Anything coming up?
what do I have coming up? Lord Jesus. Tomorrow, I'll be on that good old Praise 104.1 for Sunday Joy from 12 to 4. So, I got some health things going on with my arm right now that is preventing me from playing keys. I know you and I didn't have that conversation yet. But, we're praying on that, and we claim healing. Y'all stretch your hand to the website right now. We're claiming a healing in the name of Jesus. So, but I'm definitely coming on out of this thing. I'm so excited that also in 2017, I was afforded the opportunity to perform in Guadeloupe. On the Guadeloupe Islands, honey. They had me laid out, child. Listen, all the expenses paid. I mean, they took care of us, sister. So the festival was called Gospel on Caruquera.
Okay.
It's my attempt at the Italian, but Caruquera. Yeah, you got to roll the R. And I got to meet Paula Champion. She was also on there, as well as Karen and Kiera Sheard. Performed on it as well, and it was so good. And their hospitality is just, second to none. And the way they appreciate gospel and inspirational music, it's amazing. Wow. It is amazing.
You definitely need to be performing.
Right. This particular record is not gospel.
Yeah, it's more like inspirational. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
They try to pull them in. That's why I gave y'all a little off the shoulder today.
Right.
It's a little off the shoulder action. Sexy for Jesus.
We gotta get ready to end the show. Gosh, it's just
we
not
got
enough
style
time.
number 3.
Style number 3.
Oh, wait a minute.
Going over here.
We done
See?
pulled it up. Come on.
Oh.
So what I decided to do was give her a little bit of fullness and body, because I'm loving her features and her eyes, and we wanted to kind of focus more so on her cheekbones. And then if she's going to be on the stage, she's stage ready.
Yes, she
That's
is.
how I feel. Yeah.
So tell people how they can stay connected with you and book appointments and all that.
Okay, well, you can find me on Instagram. It's Melanie Williams. And then also on Facebook, it's Melanie Williams Outen. And that's how you can find me.
And Melanie is spelled
Melanee.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Williams.
Oh my
And
goodness.
you can go to MelanieWilliams.com as well to see more of my work.
Great. Awesome. Yes, this was
Thanks for
great.
having me.
Thank you guys. Thank you all so much. We had a great show.
That went by
Hopefully
fast.
you guys watch and learn something. You got the Holy Spirit. I know I did. Still running through me.
Absolutely.
Wishing you both much success.
Thank you.
I'm excited about your opportunity to on the radio. You are perfect for it.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you.
Yes, I'm
Absolutely.
sure that your uplifting personality will definitely radiate through the airwaves, and people will feel good about hearing you, and because you're so joyful and just upbeat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So definitely make sure you guys check her out on Sundays 12 to 4.
12 to 4 on Praise 104.1 or PraiseDC.com or on the app Praise 104.1.
And y'all getting a treat because she gets up early, and Ronette
Listen.
don't get up early.
So the WYCB show is 6 a.m.
Right.
to 10 a.m. Now I live in Southern Maryland, and the studio is in Silver Spring.
Oh my goodness.
Huh? Got to get up super early for that coin. You hear
For
what I
that
said?
coin, though. That's the reason
But it's
why.
a coin.
It's the coin.
Well, we have to end the show. We have to end it. But I want to say thank you all again for taking the time to watch and listen to Indie Voice. Thank you to my co-host, Kevin Kojo Prince. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Ronette.
Yes,
Thank you, guys. Thank you,
for having me.
DZ, broadcast engineer to the stars. Thank you, Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin,
Yeah,
producing the
yeah.
show, keeping it moving. Our
Awesome.
beautiful model.
Yes.
What's your name again?
Lachelle.
Lachelle?
Yes.
Lachelle. Thank you so much for
Yes,
sitting
Lachelle.
in and sitting there and just being beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate that. All right, you guys, make sure you join us. Come back and see us on Saturdays at 5. Thank you.